Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show where we are starting the season 2 of The Last Door. This is 100% blind, no knowledge of any of this shit. Unlike the last season where I was like, I recognize some little pieces of the puzzles here. Like the cat, for example, in the first episode. So this should be cool. I don't know what to expect out of this one. It looks like they've polished some things up. They have a whole new thing. I actually wonder if the game is worth switching over to a higher resolution, that kind of thing. But in any case, this is the season 2 of the game. I'm looking forward to checking this shit out. So here we go, guys. Without further ado, let's jump into it. New game. I hope we get a previously on. Yes, we do. All right, here we go. Previously on The Last Door, Jeremiah DeWitt, alerted by the suicide and mysterious letter of his friend Anthony Beechworth, went in search of the memories of his past that he had lost. DeWitt discovered that in school he had taken part in a strange experiment. His goal was to peek through the veil, this thin line between common reality and the world of horror and madness that lies beyond, under the watchful eye of the bird. During his search, he was inoculated with the drug that they used back then. Sarah made DeWitt's mind travel for a few hours to the dreamlike realm of the Veil. There he met his old classmate, Alexander Dupree, who urged DeWitt to join his cause and cross with him to the realm of the bird. When DeWitt woke up from his trance, he found himself deeply convinced by his friend's words. He traveled to Dupree's house, where he discovered his friend had dosed himself with a new serum, leaving a catatonic body behind. This new drug was capable of transporting the mind permanently to the Veil and beyond. Finally, DeWitt found the vial of the serum he had it injected. He met his friend again in the Veil. Together they walked through the last door, entering a world forbidden to human eye. DeWitt's therapist, Dr. John Wakefield, worried by his patient's disappearance and strange visions, had sought the help of his colleague, Professor John Kaufman, an expert in the occult. Searching Anthony Beechworth's house, Wakefield and Kaufman found a disturbing returned letter in which Anthony had tried to warn Alexander Dupree of what could happen if the door was opened. He feared something from the other side might then come to ours. Here we go, guys. They are coming. So, first thing I notice here is that we're in a circle. Typically, this would be a summoning circle. You should not leave it. But we're gonna do it anyways. None of us could prepare for this. It's not actually a summoning circle, but to me it looks like one. The visions, screaming, were merely a warning. And now, it is too late. They're coming. No one skips introductions. Not here, at least. Mainly because it gives me a moment to, like, not speak. Although, to be fair, I usually speak during these anyways. Oh shit, that bird, man. That bird. Clearly a jerk. Last door. Alright. Last night, I had the nightmare again, but this time it was different. This time he talked to me. It was the same unknown street, void of any sound and light. Except for the music in the background, we could hear faintly, as if it was being played from a gramophone nearby. I may be improvising a little bit, guys. I walked aimlessly as if I were lost. Yeah, we did. We're lost in this corner. Where do we go? Then I could hear it, the broken tromping of the wet cobblestones, the familiar sound of approaching limping footsteps. Then, as before, he stood in front of me, gazing relentlessly. It was something, or like something was expected. This time he spoke. Give me back what he took. Nothing else. Give me back what he took. Oh, I've fallen asleep again. What time is it? Dawn already? It is time. I love how it's like you have control because your UI is here. No, you don't. It was several months since Kaufman and I had found the mysterious letter in Anthony Beechworth's house. The letter never sent. A cryptic warning of what could happen if a certain door were opened. Only the name of an address even, Alexander Dupree. I felt sure that Dupree was the key to finding my patient and friend, Jeremiah DeWitt, who disappeared in such strange circumstances, charred by the death of his friend Anthony. DeWitt had visited the school of his childhood and was never seen again. Kaufman soon conveyed to me his deep concerns and warned me that I should conduct any investigations with the utmost discretion. He pursued his own research. Though his thoughts and methods remained secret in his letter. In his last letter, he requested that I visit East Hall Lunatic Asylum in London. There were reasons to believe that Alexander had been institutionalized there for many years. I was asked to confirm his hypothesis, and if proved correct, to gather whatever other information might arise. Do we get a whole fucking map now? Holy crap. Alright, we got a map now, guys. Season 2, Episode 1, The Playwright. Well, this is East Hill Lunatic Asylum. I hope I can find information on Alexander Dupree here. Oh, it's literally a fucking travel... Oh, Jesus. East Hill Lunatic Asylum. Good morning, boy. Would you give me a newspaper? Yes, sir. It's 6 pence. I'm afraid I don't have 6 pence. Could you make a change for a shilling? I'm sorry, I can't, sir. But you know where to find me when you have the coins. What can you tell me about this building? The asylum? I've never been inside, and I hope I never will. It's full of crazies, you know. Have you seen anything unusual around here? No, but maybe if you brought me a newspaper. About the asylum. Maybe if you bought a newspaper. Fucking person, boy. All right. Few cardboard sheets on a line on the bench. Each shows a perfectly symmetric design in black ink. Please do not touch these sheets, sir. They do not belong to you. Good morning. Oh, yes, a lovely morning. Sunlight and quite fascinating for the character. Beg your pardon? The light. It makes everything look different. You see, light touches things, soaks into them, and changes their nature. Makes them shimmer or makes them die. You live here in the hospital? I do indeed. My family's a generous benefactor of East Hill. They had me committed. I don't blame them. They're just incapable of appreciating my art. Or any art, really, for that matter. They mistake it for insanity. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm looking for a man who lived here some time ago. Would you happen to know Alexander Dupree? The name does not ring a bell. I've not been here long, though. Should ask the other patients. They may be able to help you. I've been here for many years. Or you could ask one of the others. The brutes who keep us here. You have some curious drawings right there beside you. Oh, you mean these? They are only art that makes any sense here. The doctors use them to cajole some patients into revealing their secret inner truth. I won't return them to the doctors until they've returned the art they've stolen from me. What are you drawing there? I'm not just drawing, my friend. I'm trying to feel the light, to translate the power on the surface of the paper. These animals don't look like it, though. They look like it, though. Or they want me to succeed. So they take them away. They make my drawings, and they study them and laugh because my eyes can see the light and theirs are blind. Someday everyone will understand. Who are they? The ones who take your art away? Ha! Those feudalist characters. They hide between the big mirror, where they themselves are safe. They look at me. They observe me. They even take notes. Would you happen to know where your drawings are now? I suspect they are somewhere in the archive. They've been confiscated and taken them there before. You seem different from the rest. Can I trust you? I've been trying to sneak in for days now, but Miss Riswell keeps the tight guard on the door. I even stole a key from one of those guards. You're a doctor, surely you could gain the entry. You could recover my drawings. I'd be so grateful. Here, take the key with you. I must go. Have a nice day. Key. Yeah. All right. Well, talking to that guy was successful. Successful talking to that dude. That's the gate in. Probably the main hall, I'd say. Good morning, madam. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist. Where? I said it, it's done. Oh my, good morning. Forgive my manners. I get so excited when we have visitors. We don't get many of these days. We certainly are lacking experts like you. You mean you lack experts? Every year we get less funding from the Crown. First the doctors started to leave, then the caretakers. Now very few remain. We are responsibility to the poor patients, do we not? We must care for them. We cannot be out living with the proper people. We must keep ourselves safe. And our patients too, of course. I'm looking for a man who used to be a patient here a few years ago. His name is Alexander Dupree. Did you perchance ever meet him? Alexander Dupree? Yes. He was one with a foreign name. I remember something of him. A good man, if I recall correctly. He's an educated man. There was something strange about him, wasn't there? I believe it scared some of the other patients. You never know with this lot. I'm sorry that I can't remember much. There have been so many people here. It's hard to keep track. Have you worked here for long? Yes, a long time. I can scarcely remember how many years. Time goes slowly in here, in the isolation. The rules don't allow us to leave. I don't know what is happening in the world anymore. We have our duty, do we not? Who else will care for our patients? I request access to the Institute's archives. There should be some information there about the man I'm looking for, Mr. Dupree. Oh, I'm sorry, Doctor, but the archives are private. We not allow anyone access to them without the proper authority. Many of our patients come from good families, you see, and we take great care to respect their privacy. But do not look so crestfallen. You would not find much in any case. It's a long time since they have been organized. That doesn't mean we could find anything. We have eyeballs. We have time. We can invest that and the time. I have a feeling this game's going to have way more dialogue. This must be the recreational wing where patients relax and pass the time. Perhaps I could find someone who met Alexander Dupree while he was institutionalized. That would make sense, because if people here are the normal people, then that would make sense. The warm decoration of this room suggests a great deal of sensitivity to the patient's moral needs. A man wearing a worn-out military uniform. Lost in God knows what thoughts. Good morning, madam. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm looking for a former patient of the institution. Rambling. Doesn't seem to have noticed me. Have you been living here for long? Sorry, madam, if I may persist, have you been living here for long? Rambling. I'm looking for a former patient of this hospital. You may have met him. An eyeless gaze. I'm looking for a man you may have met. His name is Alexander Dupree. Okay. An eyeless gaze. I know, right? That's kind of weird. What a strong reaction upon hearing Mr. Dupree's name. She must have at least met him. How can I get her to talk to me? Good morning. I'm a psychiatrist. I'm going to butcher that word every time. Dr. Wakefield, quite an impressive institution you have here. Can I ask for your assistance? I'm looking for a former patient of this institution. His name is Dupree. I'm sorry, sir. I've never heard that name before. Maybe you could ask... Oh, wait. Maybe one of your senior colleagues could know something about this former patient? Well, you could ask Miss Riswell in the entrance hall. She's been here for many years. Maybe too long. You know we caretakers live here with the patients, and we are not allowed to leave the asylum premises. This life can get to you if you don't take proper care. I try to keep as much distance as possible from the lunatics. Seems good. Seems a good idea. Asylum is quite big, but I can't help but noticing there aren't many patients around. Well, apart from those in the isolation ward, it is true there are not many patients at present, but there are even fewer of us caretakers now. And only 3 or 4 for the whole hospital. What I've been told in the old times of income was enough to provide for everything we needed. Complete staff, proper accommodations for the patients, and the best doctors. But as the newer, bigger regional asylums were built, the Crown's support was gradually withdrawn from East Hill. Soon everyone started leaving. This is what remains. Thank you. In any case, I'll leave you to your work in peace. Reminds me of the quote about staring into the abyss and the abyss staring back. I vaguely recall what you're referring to, but I don't think I have a grasp on exactly what we're referring to. I'm a bit tired, guys. A bit tired. I'll admit, as much as I'm enjoying the stream with you all, I am certainly also looking forward to relaxing and getting some rest. I had a lot of talking today at work. I was talking so much at work with some of the fucking meetings that I was actually worried that I wouldn't really want to do this particular game because of how much I knew I was going to have to actually speak, like words. Because of course, when you're voice acting, you've got to speak the words. Otherwise, it's kind of weird. You're like, that's just like, that's kind of weird. But, you know. Oddly enough, I'm pretty tired too. Maybe my sleep schedule trying to swing back to normal. Possibly. One might say possible. The large door is made of strong metal. It must be led to a secure ward of the hospital. I feel like that's where we need to go. That was a weird sound for a door. Somewhere else I can actually go. Maybe somewhere else outside? Nope. I think I talked to this guy now. Good. Excuse me, sir. Could not help but notice your uniform. Were you in the army? Leave me alone. You don't want to talk to a coward such as myself. But I do. Sir? Leave me alone. I'm just a coward. Miss Connie is very upset. Please do not disturb her further. I don't know why I changed this thing. It's odd that this only window is shuttered. The curtains cast a mottled shadow over this corner of the room. Probably because she hates the light. Look, we found a door. I don't know how I missed that the first time, but we found it. There's a thin piece of metal holding the window open. Take the fucking metal. Okay. A glass jar full of transparent liquid that may or may not be water. There's a coin resting at the bottom. Fucking take it. How many is it? Half shilling. That is a sixpence. Yes. Newspaper. Looks like a therapy log. Edward Roan, 27. Acute dementia. September 25th, 1891. Mr. Roan's condition has degraded since the last session. He's restless, as if morphine had no effect for him. For the last week, he has been obsessive, troubled for reasons unknown. The patient's dosage has been doubled to no effect. Mr. Wendell has attacked and bitten the face. 4 men were... has been attacked and bitten in the face. 4 men were needed to subdue the patient, Mr. Rowan. 3 markings were found on his body on his examination. Self-harm is a possible cause. Mr. Rowan is getting better day by day, both physically and mentally. His habits have changed considerably. He now shows an interest in religion and spends time murmuring prayers, albeit ones unknown to my colleagues and me. Interesting. Dark as the room is now, I can see through the false mirror. There's a man on the other side, heavily restrained, desperately trying to free himself. He has an expression of unbearable horror on his face. Thin piece of nickel to keep the window open. We know that's going to be useful somewhere. Alright, I guess we go get ourselves a newspaper. I would like a newspaper. 6 pence, is it? Yeah. Sorry. Here. Thank you, sir. Newspaper. Yes, newspaper. Today's Illustrated London News. First headline is about grim case. Scotland Yard keeps the silence about the ambassador of Turkey found dead last Saturday after a mysterious... Oops. Whatever I clicked, I didn't mean to. Hold on. There we go. Anyways. The sources suspect he may have been murdered. Sure. The second. Sea monster found at St. Ives. The remains of a serpent from the deep were found on the beach near yesterday morning. Suspects that they come from a seaside museum in Spain, destroyed a month ago by sea waves during a terrifying storm. Another drawing advertising an operetta called Love Burn Strokes, or Bush Strokes. None of that is useful. I have an idea though. She does not know what's going on out here. That's why we need the newspaper. Why, thank you kindly. How thoughtful you are. Sneaking past her. This is the hospital archive. There's a record for each patient must be stored. If Mr. Dupree was really committed to East Hill, the files should be here somewhere. Oh god, guys. Time for, like, infinity reading. Get ready for it. It's been a long time since this desk was last used. It's covered in discarded papers, pens, and a noticeable layer of dust. Drawers are all locked. I have a key. Okay. Cabinets contain many documents detailing the treatment of patients ranging from two decades, guys. Ranging from 2 decades ago to last year. Files right here. Dupree Alexander, room 108A. All the files are missing. As if they'd been torn out. A little piece of paper remains with an address written on it. Paul Street 26. Could that be where Alexander Dupree lived before he was committed to the hospital? Paul Street? I should know this new lead and see if it takes me somewhere useful. I tried talking for 3 hours straight the other night. I don't know how you do it. The throat hated me for the next 24 hours. Yeah, you know, it's funny. When doing these kinds of streams where I'm voice acting and throwing my voice all over the place, I don't think I do enough like warm-ups beforehand. It's one of the reasons why I have a glass of water and I've been drinking pretty profusely. Part of the problem is that I end up having depending on what kind of voices I'm doing, it can get a little gruff. But after speaking all day at work, that's where it's getting rough for me. But yeah, usually I end these streams with a little bit of a hoarse throat. But When it comes to the typical streams where I'm just chatting and having a good time, those are easy. Because yeah, the big difference is that when I'm throwing my voice around, I'm like doing all sorts of things that I'm not used to doing every day. Although to be fair, I do often use voices and things. Like I'll be talking about somebody that, you know, is at work. I'll be like, you know, when are you going to have the document or something like that? Like I'll like impersonate random voices and shit because I'm a weirdo. But you know, I'm a weirdo. What can I say? But yeah, it can be rough after speaking so much. You just kind of get used to it. I've been doing this for, holy shit, guys. I just realized we didn't do a fucking, what, 3-year anniversary? Shit, guys. That was in October, because I was like AFK for fucking 3 months. Shit. We're gonna have to do something for that 3-year anniversary. I don't even know what to do. Like, I just realized that I fucking totally missed it. We so missed that. I don't know what to say, guys. We'll have to find something to do. Be like, belated 3-year anniversary or whatever. Holy crap. Isn't that long? That's ridiculous. Stream ruined. I know, right? I feel so sad. Metal locker. A small sign reads, seized objects. Well, I have a key for seized objects. Shazam. Some personal effects, probably sent to the patient's families, but deemed unsafe by the caretakers. One of them is a stack of thick sheets of pacers, carelessly bound. Together, doing the drawings and paintings of a troubled mind. Watercolor paintings and drawings of different subjects, a tree, a vase, flowers, something that could be a portrait. Colors are dispersed, shapes broken. Excuse me. Decomposed and mixed in a whirl of bright flecks. Finish Discworld, Iris Percent, 12-hour challenge. I mean, we do those things all the time. It needs to be something special. I actually did not finish Discworld. There's still quite a bit left of that game. I did a whole bunch of it where I literally got the point where I was like, these fucking puzzles are so ridiculous. There was a dude who was in the stream who was like, I'll just tell you some of these solutions because they're ridiculous. There were things like fucking like grab a ink out of a thing and do a thing where you disintegrate a wall. Like, the fuck? And Virtus still awaits, and we're speaking of talking a lot. Oh, jeez, that game, dude. That game is awesomely hard. I think that if I went back to play that game, I would have to start over, though. I don't know, it was a good experience. I do have Doki Doki Literature Club to play for you guys at some point. I'm thinking about making it like an official event on the events thing, because I haven't used that yet. We'll see. Exactly, I definitely have to start over. I have no fucking idea what any of the words are. I'd be like, Conjula Samadada, and it'd be like, what the fuck are you saying? The other thing to note is that assuming that things keep calm enough next year around the same time everybody else is doing it, I do kind of want to do an extra live stream as well. You're under the influence, and I don't remember shit. You know what the funniest part about that whole thing is? I think I was better when I was drunk. Better at playing the game when I was drunk. I know I can't really recall as much because I was drinking a fucking lot, dude. I had like a whole like 750 of vodka one of those streams. It was ridiculous. Store is number 24. I'm looking for 26. Number 26 is the place I was looking for, but the door is bricked. Let's find another way to get in. What's the windows? Windows are just thoroughly cemented over. It's almost like mixed with facade. The ruins of an old chapel, apparently destroyed by fire. A mess of wooden planks and the remains of benches and chairs. An improvised altar covered in candles. Someone on their knees praying, their face is covered by a hood. This candle, I can light my way through the dark. Okay. You were the... Oh, yeah, I already read that. It looks like this hole leads to the building next door. Must be the interior of the bricked up building I saw on the street. Mr. Dupree's former residence. I can't tell who was depicted in the portrait since it's so badly damaged. It seems someone's crushed it to the floor. Something among the ashes. It's a piece of paper. Looks like some kind of message, but there's only one half of it. The paper's been carefully burnt. Video live. I see the numbers 6 and 5 though. If we go Roman numerals. Military medal. There's a relief of Her Majesty the Queen and several pieces of metal engraved with the names of the battles unknown to me. Fucking take it. Take this with me. Maybe it'll mean something to one of Alexander's fellow patients in the hospital. Like the military guy? Come on. It's not just one of them. It's like the military guy. There's a piece of paper on the table. Fucking take it. The paper shows some seemingly random letters. It seems as if half of it's missing. You know, maybe you take this piece of paper and this piece of paper and you put them together. There you go. This is strange. I've put both pieces back together, but it seems some letters may be missing from the right half. The message does not make any kind of sense. Okay. Damn it, I did it again where I clicked a thing on the side. Few books remain on the shelf, mostly doubtful treatises in chemistry and alchemy. Among the titles is the Hermes de Lapetide Philosophico Geber's de fuck all those words. The anonymous work with the name and Ludwig Prem's Mysteries of the Worm. You know, got it, guys. We read all those names. We did. Those are so eloquently said. There is no doubting what words I was trying to say. A large metal safe. Looks like the safe is working fine. I should give it a try. I don't know why I'll be giving it a try. I have like no reason to know of anything about it. Wait, hold on. Sworn military reads, for distinguished conduct in field, the plus is a relief of the words Victoria Reginet et Imperiex, or Imperiex? Imperio? There are also numbers of metal pieces with the names of battles. Okay. I feel like once we get more... I think we're going to need more before we can do anything with this. Here, let me pull back up. Victoria Regina et Imperiex, or Perio. Perito? I'm not sure how to say it. It's fucking like French and shit. But there you go. You probably know that more than I would. I'm an unlearned Americano. We're gonna give the things back to what's his name. Noted. Well, I hope that it gives you more knowledge than I has. All right. I don't know what I'm doing going that direction. I need to go this way. him back his drawings. Here, these are your drawings. Great wonder, they're back. Some days they will understand the light and the shape as I understand them. Thank you, friend. If you want, take these cardboard sheets. Thanks to you, I have no more need of them. As I click the button on the side again. A few folded cardboard sheets, each one with a large symmetric patch of black ink in the middle. Part of this technique, but always thought it was eccentric. Patients are supposed to see in them deeper causes for their ailment. The first card. I mean, it's a butterfly, right? Or maybe a moth? The second, the shapes look organic. Yeah, that one's like a beetle. Almost like insects. That's exactly what I thought. Say this could be a face. No, I don't know. I think that's, it's clearly the ocean. I'm saying that's clearly the ocean. I'm not entirely certain how to translate it, but since it's in Britain, I think it's Victoria the Queen and Empress. Okay, that would make sense. These metal. I had one just like it. Got to death at the battles of Link Neck, Habijala Hill, 1981. A decade ago now. A distinguished conduct on the field, it said. What a farce. So you were in the army as I thought. Allow me to introduce yourself. I'm Dr. Wakefield. Sergeant William Conhill, Her Majesty's 16th Light Infantry. Are you another one of those alienists? Do you doctors not realize that cowardice cannot be cured by your arts? Why are they keeping you here? Doctors say I suffer from nervous disorder. I believe this is a term for when they themselves, with all their learning, do not know what to say. But I know of my true name and my sickness. It's pure cowardice. I'm looking for a former patient in the hospital. You may have met him. His name is Alexander Dupree. Yes, I did know the man by that name. He met briefly. He was here when I arrived. What do you know about him? He was a proper lad, educated. He listened closely to the stories of the other inmates before he kept his, but he kept his to himself. He talked a lot when he was close to Miss Connie too. I think they got here at the same time. But when he left, he did so alone. I wonder what became of him since. Who is this Miss Conley? She is a patient here. Lady with a Tempstius? I'm not sure exactly how to say that word. Character. You may have encountered it already. She has not been seen since Dupree left you. No. Since Dupree left, you know. She always sits to the side, alone, silent. I doubt you could talk to her at all, even if you tried. She sees things, or at least she thinks she does. What did you talk about, you and Mr. Dupree? We talked about my time in South Africa. I don't like to talk about it, but he somehow made me want to. He was persuasive. He was very interested in one specific story, almost obsessive about it. He wanted to know every little detail. Well, could you tell me the story? I'm trying to find a patient of mine who's gone missing. This could be the only hope of finding him. I don't like to relive those memories. Missing patient, you say? Alright, maybe my story will be of use then. Happened to the Battle of Majula Hill. Sure you've heard of it. March of 81. The attack of the Boer army, taken us by surprise, and our regiment was forced to split up. Quickly found ourselves alone. Just a few men lost in a barren plain, but I don't want to bore you. No, sir, you certainly aren't. Please continue. As I said, we were few, and we were sure the enemy is lurking out there. The cold air of dusk, a thick fog formed quickly, masking everything around us. We could barely see each other. Do I actually have control? Oh, I do. I didn't even realize I had control. Then, as the others started to disappear in the fog, which was getting thicker and thicker, I could still hear the footsteps for a while, then nothing. I called their names aloud. I cannot read that out loud fast enough. I felt something there, not far. A murmur, a beating, something alive. Wait. I think I have to stop when those come up. All of a sudden, my feet felt something in the mud. A body, they were all there, dead. Only Captain... Then the mist cleared out. What had happened? I never knew for certain. I didn't see anything, or if I did, my mind refused to bear such memories. What is this? The Caves of Quid or something else? Oh no, this is definitely not Caves. Caves is awesome, and a very different game. No, this is a game called The Last Door. It is a point-and-click adventure. It's got a Lovecraftian sort of overtone to it. This is the second of the 2 seasons, and it is pretty cool. How are you doing, my man? You're coming in a little bit towards the tail end of everything, but hey, nonetheless, how are you doing, my friend? What happened to Captain Skid? Well, when he finally regained consciousness, it was someone else who looked through his eyes. I guess whatever had afflicted him, it changed him. I know he had come back to London. Mr. Dupree asked me of his whereabouts, but he tried to contact him. You hear the rest of the story. He was quite preoccupied by it. You know where I can find Captain Skid? The last I heard of the fellow veterans, he had lost himself to a frenzy of alcohol, opium, and bad company. His downward spiral had led him, as many others, to a wretched nadir. Dirty hole, deep in the St. Giles rookery, known as the Crimson Nest. Perhaps you will find him there. Alive, even, if you're lucky. Good. I was thinking, man, that cave has windows. It's a ballin'-ass cave. No, dude. Caves of Cud, or Quid, or however the fuck you say that fucking name, that is straight up like a NetHack game. Like, we're talking, it's a ASCII-based game, but I think it has a overlay to it. It's really cool, though. Definitely awesome. It's all about the Limb Liberator, man. That character's the best. Although I've been trying a couple of other characters. My most recent excursion is a duplicating rifleman. Although it's a lady, but whatever. Here, there's a picture of our regiment. You can see him there. Damn it. St. Giles, St. Giles. Does he literally liberate limbs? Alliterately? Yep. I literally liberate limbs. I take them and then I use them or consume them. It's great. Take my axe, I chop off faces, chop off heads, chop off arms, chop off chain gun turrets from the turret enemies. It's great. I take them for myself and then either sell them or eat them or use them on my vicious facade. I literally have 2 heads, so I have 2 heads that are soon going to have masks that can contain 2 more faces, so I can have a total of 4 enemy faces that I've liberated. That's what that character's about. Oh, and I freeze things, because I'm a rhyme turtle. Frost turtle, rhyme turtle, whatever. It's a cool character. The game's great. But it's like a seriously hardcore roguelike. Like, it is the closest to old-style games you can get with a newer game. Eating faces sounds delicious. Yeah, you know, fucking that bear I just butchered. Yeah, I'll take his face. Nom nom nom. It's over the top. I love it. Yeah, it's great. This thing is, one thing to note is you can actually have your limbs liberated too. So I don't look forward to the day, but apparently there are some enemies that are really, really notorious for taking your face. That's right. I'm gonna be faceless. I'm gonna be a faceless 2-headed turtle thing. Game is super cool though. I have been thinking about playing some of it on one of the streams. Maybe if we end up finishing this game early tomorrow or something, I'll play some. We know this place. This is the Asylum of St. Giles. The Crimson Nest shouldn't be far. It's time to face the truth. God damn it, Noctis. Oh, man. I feel like I've been here once before. Perhaps in an introduction scene. Or I may or may not have heard these exact footsteps. I wonder what this could be. Maybe not a guy with a... crutched man. This man looks like the man from my nightmares. He's blind in one eye. Lumpy socket glistens in the lamplight. Seems to want something from me. In my dream, the man had said, "Give me back what he had took." Doesn't look like anyone on this picture. I doubt he's seen this, or he's ever been. Doubt he has ever been his. Give me back what he took. It said in my nightmare. Piece of metal? Paper. Okay. Oops. I walk past him. But I need to figure out what the fuck he wants. I think it's probably in the safe. Face the tooth. Face tooth. Toothface? But yeah, you've come in towards the end of what my stream is going to be, unfortunately. My voice is a little tired from having to talk at work, fucking meetings on meetings, trying to explain to the client why we don't have 12/31 like as an end date for the participation period on cancellations that happen between stuff. Oh, you're not going to like, by the way, one of the issues I'm going to have to file tomorrow. But that's for work, and we're not going to deal with work. By the way, for anybody who doesn't know, this is one of my my engineering buddies. Just gonna go out on a liberal limb that may have been liberated, but he probably wants an eye. Oh boy, I'm calling in sick tomorrow? You should. You should definitely call in sick tomorrow. I mean, it's not bad, it's really funny. The nutshell version is we found the one example where cross periods we need a 12/31 termination date in the current period. The one scenario. It's stupid. Anyways, like I said, enough work talk. We're having good times. I have no idea what this could even be. Yup, that makes me want to get out my bourbon. You probably should have bourbon. You should bring it to work so we can be drunk. Where do you work again? I'm clicking this for clipping this for reasons. I ain't telling you. I ain't telling you on some clip. Can I like burn this? I mean, I'm fairly positive this might be the solution in some capacity, but, you know, I don't actually know. I think I have to burn the right-hand side. There we go. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! I figured it out, motherfuckers! Yeah, I saw the Roman numerals before, but I think I needed the other half. Okay. So that would be 6, 1, 4, 5. 6, 1, 4, 5. Six. 1. 5. GG! Yeah, I had seen the Roman letters before, but I was like, there's something missing here. Empty. Wait. This is not safe. But an entrance to a passage. It's completely dark. The only way to know where it leads is by crawling in. Well, dude, it's adventure games. Fucking crawl the fuck in. Oh, you were translating? Sorry. Creepy ass room. Mathematic formulae written fast and carelessly. Some of these symbols I've never seen before. The safe should only have 3 digits unless the game devs are crazy. Well, you know, they're crazy. A list of numbers. It looks like some kind of calendar or timetable. A strange machine built out of wood, steel, and glass. I wonder what its function could be. What about the creepy person thing? Someone's sitting here, wearing a horrible mask and a yellow robe. He's not moving. It's only a yellow robe. There's no body inside at all. What could be the meaning of this? Took his face.
Non esortit plune saeculu, quena da tua corrente in prezia, tu implorante in auxilia, tu pretente in suffragiese de relicta, nostal inimati confidencia te, Virgo Virginum,
I don't know what she's saying.
Atte venimus, curande gementes peccatores assistimus, non limater verbi, verba nostra despicere,
Okay.
seo di propitio texauti. Memorae opissima Virgo Maria, non esortit plune saeculu,
There's text is completely smudged. I can't read it.
Tu implorante in auxilia, tu pretente in suffragiese de relicta, nostal
mask?
inimati confidencia
Light her on fire. Throw the metal at her. Give her the cards. Show her the picture. These chairs form a circle as if the height of this is some sort of meeting place. Shut the safe behind you, it'd be funny. Aw. You took his face, eat it. Oh, dude, great idea, eating it. Oh, it won't let me. This is church Latin. I kind of figured. Okay, I thought it sounded like kind of like Spanish, but not really. Latin would make sense. Yeah. It's a slight Spanish-Italian side to it. Yeah, so Noctis here is my resident, speaks all the languages in these games, apparently. Because, like, I can't speak any fucking thing. I'm an unlearned American. But he's like, I know all the languages, because he's a French awesome man. Did she leave something? Okay, so you know what? It must be this is what I need to bring to What's His Nuts. Right, it's the only thing that makes sense. I think you gotta be damn close to a superhero to learn more than 2 languages. Most of us musicians struggled with, most of us Americans struggle with 1. Well, to be fair though, you know another language. It's just not a spoken language. It's a mathematical language known as Java or any of the programming languages you happen to know. So technically you are bilingual in my book. He looks at the mask for a second, only to stare at me again. Give me back what he took, he said in my nightmare. What the fuck does he want then? Okay. Well, next step, bring it to Old Lady Land. Yeah, but I can Google anything I don't know and still be considered fluent in it. I suppose. I suppose that's true. Spoken languages do not have such luxuries. Well, they do, but you can't speak them effectively. You can Google translate any fucking thing you want out of a language. You can also Google the specific rules, so you could write a sentence as if you were fluent in the language. Sure, you couldn't speak it out loud to somebody, but that's the point I'm making though, is that you would know enough about a programming language to speak its terms to somebody else who knows it as well. But you're right. This is true. You're not necessarily wrong. What I mean is if you have to Google a spoken language, then you're not fluent. Fair enough. Oh shit, she's trying to kill me. It's the isolation ward for you this time, madame. The face of the playwright. The face of the playwright. Okay. Got out. A man is striking the glass slowly with his fist. His expression is of pure hate. I don't think he can see me, but I feel that somehow he knows I'm here. Okay. Tried. Oh, I see your point. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be like, you know, contradictory in ways, but I still feel like the fluency comes with the aspect of being able to speak the language and its rules to somebody you are standing next to. Like I am like rudimentarily knowledgeable of the languages, but like not enough to sit down and have a conversation in depth about how any individual piece works. It's cool, we can go in here now. I wonder if this is a good place to call it. I feel like this is a good place to call it, guys. It's a cliffhanger. We're doing a cliffhanger here, guys. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call the stream for the evening. I am a bit hoarse of the voice after all of the acting of voices and also the speaking at work. I will be back tomorrow again. We'll continue with this game, this lovely, lovely game. But in the meantime, guys, let's find ourselves someone to host so that we can share the love as is a usual custom here. Let us find a person who is streaming something fun, and we'll go there. But in the meantime, guys, if you missed any of this and you want to see some of it, of course, you can check it out on the YouTubes. I will be putting this up probably this weekend. I'll start pushing the details out, but at some point they'll definitely go up there because it's something I've been wanting to do for more of these sorts of streams. But in the meantime, guys, have a fantastic evening, and I will, of course, see you next time. In the meantime, guys, don't explode. It's important. Cheers. The button's not working. Failure. Button. There we go. Aha, it worked. See you guys next time.